Some people say, I'm not religious at all, So I don't exclude anybody. But usually, even though people say that, they still exclude people. They have a standard by which they associate and disassociate with people. Some people will say, well, all good people of all different religions, well, those are the ones that go to heaven. Well, that still excludes people. It excludes all bad people. And who gets to define what's bad? Do you get to define what's bad? Is it, rapists and racists and people who are sexually immoral? Or maybe in your list, it's the people who are judgmental of the sexually immoral, and those are the bad people. Why do you get to define it? And how is that any different than any other religious view? You cannot help but make exclusive truth claims when you talk about the nature of God, how to know Him, and how to be made right with God. Every religious viewpoint is exclusive, even the viewpoint that says you shouldn't make exclusive truth claims. You guys see that? It's hypocrisy. It's just not admitted. It's just not public. And so it's nothing to do with being morally superior or intellectually superior. Christians believe that it doesn't matter who you are or what you've done. In reality, Christianity is the most inclusive form of exclusivity that there ever was, because Christianity and the gospel teaches that it doesn't matter who you are or what you've done, you can be saved. This miracle points to that very fact. This miracle is the healing of a crippled man. In Leviticus 21, it says that the crippled person, anyone with a blemish, even if you had too many zits, okay, you can't go into the temple. You got too many zits. Why? Because you're approaching a holy God, and God put those rules in Leviticus chapter 21 to communicate this idea that if you're going to be in the presence of God, you've got to be holy like God is holy, that only people who go to heaven are perfect people, and the only perfect person in the world isn't you, it isn't me, it's Jesus. And so if Jesus is the only perfect person, the only way we can be made right with God is through Jesus, and any other way is going to fall short. That's what Christianity teaches. So in one way, that's narrow, but in another way, it's super broad, because it says all moral failures are welcome. It doesn't matter what your moral failure is, you're welcome. It doesn't matter how many times you committed adultery. It doesn't matter how many times you couldn't overcome that addiction. It doesn't even matter if you cannot overcome your addiction right now. Jesus will save you. That's what Christianity teaches. God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son, that whosoever would believe in Him will not perish but have everlasting life. It's the most inclusive form of exclusivity that there's ever been. You can't avoid exclusivity, but Christianity says all are welcome. So it's the most inclusive.